Kenneth G. Hasty, Raw, in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Kenneth G. Hasty, business growth consultant and author of the popular book on selling, 77 Seconds to Sales Success. So, if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that this is another one in a series of free videos that I'm doing to give back to help people, if you own a business or if you're a salesperson, to help you be more successful. And the title of this segment is called Be There. So what does be there mean? Well, I like to use a little story sometimes, so let me use a little story and I'll give you an idea. But my wife and I were shopping for a new car, and for her. So we got off work, it was kind of late, and we finally got down to the dealership, and they had about 20 minutes, 15 minutes before they were supposed to close. And so they had a young, green, eager to please car sales guy there. And we said, we kind of like this one, can we take it for a test drive? And the manager came out and said, we're closing. You'll have to come back some other time, And we're like, wow, okay, fine, so we left. And we went to another car dealership and bought 2 new cars. So the point being is, you can't take anything for granted. When somebody's ready to buy, you have to be there. You have to be there for them. And that equates to me for being working for years in the trade show business. So we had our little booths everywhere. And it amazes me, like on the last day of a trade show, how many people pack up and leave hours early. They got bored. And I'll do another segment on working trade show booths. But suffice to say, they weren't there. And I can't tell you how many times, even after the lights went out, that somebody showed up at the last minute and said, hey, can I still buy your stuff? And I'm like, yes, you can. And I've done so much business after hours that way. But it requires commitment. I mean, same thing with being there early. I remember one time I was at a meeting, and I was the director of sales at that company, and 2 of my reps were there. They're good reps, but they were nursing a hangover. We were in a party city, and they'd been out a little bit late, so they were over at the coffee pot when this doctor came over and wanted to talk, and I was able to sell them $20-some thousand worth of stuff before they got back from the coffee pot. They would have missed it because they weren't there. So you got to be there. You got to, if you're responsible for working in a booth, you stay at the booth. If you're responsible for selling to people, then you have to work the day. Sales is not an 8-to-5 job. I'm sure you kind of know that. But let me give you an example. One of the regions, when I first got into outside sales, one of the regional managers in another region, the region took off and started beating the other regions. So one of the people I trained with was a rep in that region. I called her up. I'm like, what is going on? And she said, it's the strangest thing. The regional manager told us when we're done with the day, then make 5 more phone calls. And, just pick, current customers that might want to reorder or somebody you might want to get a hold of. And it's amazing how much stuff we sold when we didn't think we'd sell anything. And I thought, wow, that makes good sense. So that's a good disciplinary habit to get into. At the end of the day, even when you get home or you're driving home and you're done and you're fried, make a few more phone calls. Because you think about it, there's, 220 working days in a year, give or take. So if you do 5 more phone calls, that's a lot of calls. That's well over 1,000 phone calls more in a year that you would have made. Probably more than you would have made in a week, right? So it's like free money, free time. And what else was I going to say? So I lost my thought. Sorry about that. But basically, you've got to be there for people. Oh, I know what it was. So when I was an outside sales rep, I can't tell you how many times I'd be driving home at the end of the day, and there'd be that one office, that one potential, and I'd look at it, and I'm like, all right, crap. I make a U-turn, I pull in, and, a fair percentage of the time, I was able to get business because of that. Because you're catching people when they're done or after hours. You're not going in the middle of the day fighting the secretary, that kind of stuff. So anyway, the message I want to give you is be there, and you'll make some sales and make some money. Sound reasonable? So be there. If you like this video, please do me a favor and share it or retweet it or click like or whatever format we're on that you're watching the video. And also, if you want to get a hold of me, you can look at the link at the bottom of the page. If you want to set up a time to talk, we can talk about how we can help your business. Got a question on sales you need some help on, happy to help. And so this is my way of giving back to the community, and the way it helped me is if you share it and get it out to the community, and that helps build my brand. So fair deal. So otherwise, you can look me up at kennethghasty.com and or set up a time to talk. Or if you just want to send me an email, you can send it to kennethghasty@gmail.com. So hopefully this was helpful. We're doing these every day, so see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.